We're going to keep doing this again and again and again until I get tired of this, and I'm never going to get tired of this because Mazda Monday is the greatest thing that I've ever imagined, and it's just going to be chaos. Shout out to Mama Vol, shout out to Steggy's in the chat, Emily Seeger's in the chat, her favorite series is back, the 5th season with the MX-5s. Let's go racing! Messi off to an early lead, and yeah, there they go flying. How about Jeremy Brio immediately to the inside? Matt Seeger in the number 16 Yoshi machine on the outside. Watch this. Look at that. That 18 cars registered. Taking these little go-karts, these beautiful little machines around the 2 miles at Michigan. Seeger to the lead. 3, 4, 5 wide. How far will they make it? Ryan Lindemann leads them at the line. How about that? Oh, already there's a crash at the back. It's one of the Sonic machines. Tommy Withers in the 6, Craig Yore in the 21. Caution has to come out, and there it is. Yellow flag is out. And the 6 isn't going anywhere. The 21 can move under his own power. Tommy Withers already jumps into the pits. He's in 18th. Australian Craig Yore making his first Mazda Monday start in the 17th position. Let's see what happened. This is on lap 2. And you heard the tires squealing. The 21 and the 6 just coming together. Let's go to the sky. Withers in the white car in the 6. Yore in the black and green in the 21. And I'm not sure who went where, but that's going to cost each of them at least a fast repair. One more look. Withers in the 6. The white Sonic machine. I think just the 21 might have just been trying to get a good draft on the 6. Hard to tell. One more look. Well, that's not going to help, is it? How about as many looks as we need? With Tommy Withers. So, caution number 1 comes out. Craig Yore involved in that most recent incident, and everybody comes on down into the pits. Tristan Catania from New Jersey will come out with the race lead. And currently not a fan of this setup that I got going on here. Love seeing everybody's lovely name on the left, but all right, this one's this scoring tower isn't going to do it for me. Let's see if we can go to something else. Nope, that's not going to do it either. All right, we'll revert to type. Let's go to the NASCAR tower. That's not going to help me either. All right, okay. Well, this has all turned out horribly. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Don't know why that's up there either. First broadcast of 2026, and already it's gone pear-shaped. Tristan Catania's in the lead. Aaron Edwards in second. Kyle Martin in third. And I don't remember if Kyle Martin was in the Mazda Monday roster last season. There we go. Better than nothing. Actually, let's... are the lights staying on top of the pace car? Let's figure this out here before I get myself out of all sorts here. Landon in the chat, furious, saying, how did I not know? Well, Landon, welcome to Season 5 of Mazda Monday. I hate how this is how I'm going to break it to you, but next week we're going to be at Road Atlanta. If you want to come race with us, come race with us. Shout out to Mama Vols. It's been so long. Glad to have you here. Glad to have Steph back in the chat as well. She's cheering on for one Colin McDonough. Where is Colin McDonough, by the way? He's in a different paint scheme, let's call it. The Clone of Willie paint scheme. And that's all we're going to say about it. But shout out to Colin. He's decided to make the trip out here. There we go. See if we can adjust this scoring pylon through the magic of television. But I think I'm about to break absolutely everything. And I think we're about to restart single file. I had no idea that we were even doing that. All right, so before I absolutely ruin the whole stream, let me put Colin's lovely face away. We'll go to Tristan Catania, who's got control of the field with the pace car about to come off. Aaron Edwards in second. Kyle Martin is in third. The green flag will come out. Green. Watch these guys get bunched up. Let's go racing. And already they've gone around again. Caution will come out one more time. Tristan Catania, who was leading when the green flag came out, has been involved. Matt Seeger's been involved. Craig Yore's been involved in the 21, but he looks mostly undamaged, unless he's having trouble skating away under his own power. Shout out Tanner Lockhart, who's in the chat as well. Glad to have you here, my friend. So that's 2 cautions on 2 straight restarts. And let's see what happened here. This definitely started with that green flag. Tristan has control of the field in car 48. Aaron Edwards is going to move to his inside. Let's see how this works out for the both of them. Grandma Jeannie in the house. Grandma Jeannie, welcome to the show. Talk about Noah Belleville in just a moment. Oh, Tristan Catania just gets a little bit of friendly with the back end of Aaron Edwards, and there, Matt Seeger goes around after having been made contact with Tristan Catania. Let's see if we can run that one back. Emily asking, do they have fast repairs? Yes, they absolutely have fast repairs. Grandma Jeannie asking about Noah. Did not register for tonight's fun. Let's go to the sky. Let's see how this one happened. Tristan, the white car, in the middle. Oh, he just scoots up the racetrack, gets right into Matt Seeger. Nowhere for Seeger to go. Let's go on board the 16. Oh, there goes Craig Yore. He gets nailed into by Dylan Van Wart, and that just might end both their nights. Not what we wanted to see with Craig. And let's go on board with Matt Seeger real quick. And just nothing he could do. And there's Craig Yor. The same thing just happened to him. Let me see if we can bother Craig Yor real quick. I want to get his word on this one. Craig Yor, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me? Craig Yor, Rick James, you got me?
Yes, mate. Can you hear me?
I got you. I got you. You sound lovely all the way from the other side of the planet. We mentioned earlier.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, my 100% my pleasure. But it's not your pleasure. This is the second time that you've been caught in a wreck in as many laps. Not the start you wanted.
No. It happens. It's life. No big deal. So I've got a 7-minute required repair, so that's my day done. But hey, thanks for the invite. It was a lot of fun. I'm older and wiser, and yeah, when you do the next one, more than happy to join in. And this time, I might play a different strategy. I think
it'll be a week's time. A week's time at Road Atlanta, Craigers. You in?
Oh, count me in, buddy. Count me in.
All right, buddy. I tell you what. If you don't have anything to do for the next 7 minutes, stick around. We'll get you back in this race. Otherwise, do your thing. No pressure. I'm going to let these guys get back to work, but we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Craig, you're going to get back to work. Love talking to him. Kyle Martin, another one of our first-time starters from Southington, Connecticut, at the front of this race. Let's see if we can bother Kyle Martin one time. Kyle Martin, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Mazda Monday. Did you race last season? I don't remember you racing last season.
I did not. I'm friends with the good old Connor Knowlton, and he said you want to do some drafting in some Mazdas. I said, hell yeah.
Well, here we are, and not only that, but you're leading. It hasn't been the most productive 6 laps because the majority of them have been run under caution. Not that you guys are going to go green to the end, but now I think you officially can go green all the way to the end of this race. What do you make of the drafting, though? Because this looks super difficult.
Honestly, Connor knows how good I am at drafting tracks and using my mirror and making my card as wide as possible. I think the goal is to just stay up front and make sure that I keep my bumper in front of everyone else's. If I get turned, I get turned, oh well, but the draft is definitely really strong in these things. That you can pick it up by a car length back and have a massive run going like 4 or 5 miles an hour faster than the guy behind you. So I think staying at the front is going to be the goal of it. But if you get shuffled back there, you'll probably find your way back up here by the end.
Enjoy yourself, have fun, and hopefully we talk to you at the end.
Thank you, hopefully.
Kyle Martin leading the field, and I tell you what, let's go on board with Kyle as he kicks this thing off. Pace car peels off, Kyle's in control, green flag will come out, and we're racing again. It's like a bunch of angry hornets coming out of the second corner. Let's see if they survive this time. And they do. Four, 5 wide already. Kyle Martin barely in control. Connor Knowlton in the 0-7 to the inside. He's got Aaron Edwards in the middle. Nick Pressy's in the middle in that mix. Colin McDonough in the 39. Clona Willie machine. He's sitting right smack dab in the middle. The magenta and cyan car, if you will, in that brightly colored number 19. Toby Estes now has help from Kevin Feemster behind him. Look at this. Oh, that's insane. Let's go on board with the 18 of Dylan Van Wart. Pressy with a blink, and caution is out again. Lamentably, Matt Seeger At the back, Dylan Van Wart still flying through the air. Tommy Withers, this time uninvolved. Jeremy Brio also caught a piece of it. Kevin Feemster in the 17, the Indiana pilot, he's been involved. Brio in the 74. He's not going to make it back. Tommy Withers survives. Matt Seeger survives. Gavin Gardner in the number 3. He's been involved. Identical cars to that of Kyle Martin. No, they're not identical, but they look close. And that hood is still... That's awesome. Somebody help this boy, because he's going to hit something. Colin McDonough's been involved. Let's see what happened to the 39 car. Let's see what happened to everybody. It's got out of control. Oh, there's the contact. Wow, heavy contact. Tristan Catania flies into the air. The Trenton pilot in big trouble. See what happened again. Keep your eye on Colin McDonough in that 39. That bright blue and pink car in the middle. Just cars shuffling everywhere. Colin going down on the 3 of Gavin Gardner. Nowhere for Gardner to go. Definitely nowhere for Tristan Catania to go. Keep your eye on that white 48. Watch this. Outside on the left. Yeah, he's not driving that, is he? With Gavin Gardner. See if we can go on board with Tristan Catania. We're way behind. Let's try this again. So that's the way the cookies literally crumble. New Jersey's Colin McDonough running in the 12th position. And the car was a crumpled mess, and it is now art. Car 39. There we go. I knew we were missing something there. If it's not one thing, it's another. But eventually the broadcasts do end up coming together. So we are 14 laps into our 25-lap event. We started racing just a mere 18 minutes ago. Drivers do get green, white checkers. So we do have 3 attempts at a green flag finish. Let's see if we can have a word with Aaron Edwards, the second place finisher in our Thursday Night Thunder Championship, and now leading this race. Aaron, yeah, that's right. Clear your throat. You're leading this race, my son. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm having a great time. I don't have to deal with all these crashes. You've survived, though. You and rookie Kyle Martin. You've also got Nick Pressey behind you. And the entire state of Virginia. No, not really. But whoever cares to watch you in the 15 try and defend this, how are you going to defend this lead? Because it seems like you guys can't go more than 2 laps without wrecking.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, the track's really racy, but it takes a couple laps for all the lanes to come in. So we're going to just try and maintain our track position here and see what this rookie's made of behind me.
All right, have fun. Don't wreck the race car. Tell everybody to chill out.
All right, 10-4.
Aaron Edwards with control of the field. The green flag will come out, and we're going to try and string more than 2 green flag laps together. Let's see what these boys are made of. Pressy behind the 15, trying to give him a really good bump draft down the back. But how far will they make it? Kyle Martin in the NOS car in the middle. Here comes Tommy Withers, who was involved in that first crash. 4-5 wide into turn number 3. And Briley Wright in the number 0 car with the Star-Spangled Hood on the inside. Contact between the 5-1. Ooh, will they survive out of turn number 4? And they make it through. How about this slingshot? Look at the 0-7 of Connor Knowlton right up behind Aaron Edwards, trying to push him with all he can. This is where it gets dangerous. This is where drivers aren't going to be able to go more than a couple of laps if they're not careful. Dakota Pierce with a blink. And if they can't keep this together, we're going to have to ban this racing on the apron. But it's just like there was on the, you remember the Indy cars in the 80s and the 90s? They would just go right to the inside of that line. Connor Knowlton trying to go to the outside. Big block by Aaron Edwards. Nick Pressy with a big push from Colin McDonough on the left-hand side. And there they go again. Caution's going to come out once again. And Connor Knowlton will come away with the lead. Aaron Edwards will be in second, and we are inside of the final 10 laps. Yeah, we haven't been able to go many laps on this one here, so we'll see what we can do to get some green flag laps going, because these drivers just can't get more than a couple of laps without the caution coming out. So we'll do this. We're going to give these guys a chance to get it going back together. We're going to take, what, a 60-second break? Let's do that. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll see if we can wrangle these drivers together, and we'll see if we can get a green flag finish for this one. It ain't going to happen, but cross your fingers, right? We'll see you in a minute. Trying to get these overlays working here as we come back for what we hope will be some more green flag racing. Well, we managed to squeeze all the drivers here onto the onto the screen, but now we can't even tell, almost we can't even tell what lap it is, so we'll try and get that fixed up as well. In any case, we're going to go green again. See if we can bring the NASCAR tower back to life, because I have no idea what I've done with it. Aaron Edwards will have control of the field. Nick Pressey in that second position. Chris Fleming in third. Green flag is out. Let's go racing again at Michigan.
Green, green, green.
So far, so good. Nick Pressey blocked into the grass, and now he has to come back up carefully and survive. He does, and how. Chris Fleming to the front in the 38. And two cars in the grass. It looks like Colin McDonough's been involved. He has been. We keep it moving. There's car 39. Colin McDonough keeps on skidding. Aaron Edwards leads this race. Ryan Lindemann in second. Chris Fleming in third. Tommy Withers in the sixth. He now gets behind car 15. There goes the 3 of Gavin Gardner to the left-hand side. Lindemann now has Dakota Pierce behind him. Pierce on the outside going for a move. And they crash immediately as everything just falls apart. Caution comes out again. It's been that kind of a show, hasn't it? So caution's coming out, coming to lap 21. It has been that kind of a show, hasn't it? We really got to stop doing these massive tracks, because this is kind of silly. You know, next week though, Road Atlanta, that'll be a road course. That'll be fun. Mazda Monday as expected, according to Landon. And then we're going to race at the tiny little triangle bull ring that is Concord, and that just might be worse than Michigan. But yeah, I think these 2 mile ovals have definitely run their course, because this has been outrageous at best. So the drivers will continue to spin their way around the racetrack, and we got to get this. We're going to stick around for the magic of television here while we figure this out as well. We got to get somehow squeeze all our drivers onto here and it not be the most massive scoring tower in the universe. We'll figure this out, and that will be hopefully more entertaining than watching it crash every couple of laps here. All right, that'll be good enough for now. I'm not going to mess with any more settings. We've got 18 drivers on the screen here. We're going to have our first green-white checkered, actually. I think the lights are still on atop the pace car, so it will be our first of 3 attempts. Aaron Edwards will have control of the field. Ryan Lindemann will be in second. Tommy Withers will be in third. Nick Pressey down to 7th. Who else is here? Connor Knowlton's in 10th. Colin McDonough just hovering on the outside of the top 10. He's in 11th in the Cloney Willie machine. Jeremy Brio, who loves Taco Bell, and I'm surprised he doesn't have Taco Bell logos all over that race car. He sits in 12th. Kyle Martin in the number 20 runs in the 14th position. Dylan Van Worten 16th. Craig Yore in the pits in 17th. Tristan Catania, I think he's out. I think he's had it for the day. So we're going to get one more revolution around this racetrack under caution, and then we'll throw the green flag out. Emily says it's perfect now. You don't need to change anything. No, I'm not going to change anything. Normally, Emily and I would be discussing football, but it's not Thursday, and the NFL season is over. So, Emily, we got to find something else to talk about when the race gets boring like this. The Pistons are up on the Knicks by 20 points with 5.5 minutes to go. The Wings are up 3-1 on the Senators. And I think there's an FCS football championship tonight as well. Not too sure. You might know more than I would. Yeah, Illinois State and Montana State. Montana State leading 21-7 at halftime. And I think they actually got to that game by beating their in-state rival Montana. And supposedly that's a really, really good rivalry between them. I haven't seen it. I'll take their word for it. No bowl games tonight? Let's see. No, I think it's just all college football playoffs from here. Miami and Ole Miss, they'll play Thursday at 7:30. Oregon and Indiana. I love that Indiana story. I like Michigan. I like Miami. I see a lot of Big Ten football, so it's not. You won't find some people for Michigan often rooting for Indiana, but in this situation, the number 1 seed, just that swagger that they carry from Coach Signetti, it's marvelous. Can't wait to see how far they go. And one game will be on the 8th, one game will be on the 9th. 2 more laps to go at Michigan, though, before we go anywhere. Aaron Edwards with control of the field. Tampa's Ryan Lindemann right behind him. We'll see just how they get along. 2 laps to go at Michigan, 4 miles to settle it. Let's go racing. Just how far will they go? Tommy Withers in 3rd. Gavin Gardner in 4th. Chris Fleming in 5th. Gardner now makes that move to the inside, and they don't even make it half the track. Briley Wright wrecked. Dakota Pierce wrecked. And Dylan Van Wert wrecked. That might be the end of their collective evenings, and we're going to rack them, stack them, and try it again. If this is your first ARCS race, I promise you it's never this caution-filled. The only reason that this is happening is because I drew the schedule up. All of this is my fault. Because who would have thought that 18 Mazda MX-5s at this racetrack could be civil? I did, and I was dead wrong. That's okay. Where are we at next week? Road Atlanta? Road Atlanta. And then Concord, which I fear greatly after seeing this mess. But that is the charm of Mazda Monday. It is kind of a cluster. It is kind of a mess. We push on. We survive. Next year, we're definitely not doing Michigan. Ryan Lindemann's in that 2nd position. Let's see if we can bother the handsome North Floridian and see what's up with him. Lindo, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Man, talk about a mess. But here you are. Here you are with another couple laps ahead of you, another green-white checkered attempt. You're rolling in the 2nd position. What have you learned throughout what has been just essentially 2-lap shootouts and 2-lap shootouts?
It's crazy, but really just learning that you got to look at the run coming behind you. That's, it's either inside or outside. So just make sure you hit the run correctly.
But with some of these blocks, is that also what's causing some of these wrecks is that when you throw a fierce block into that incoming car, that bump draft is what turns you around.
That, and I also think people, they're just darting inside, outside, not realizing there's a car on the outside or inside of them, causing some of these wrecks as well. I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad blocks. I think it's people not realizing there's a car to their outside or inside.
Well, we're going to let you get back to work. Hopefully we survive this green-white checker. Hopefully we talk to you at the end of the show, man. Send my love to the family.
All right, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Rick.
My man Ryan in that second position. Always with those green rims. Always with those green rims. That's something that you can always appreciate out of Ryan Lindemann. I need a Coke. I'm going to grab myself a Diet Coke. That calls for a 60-second break here. So I'm going to grab myself a Diet Coke. We're going to go back to our second of 3 green-white checkered attempts, and we'll see how far we make it this time. Don't go anywhere. Y'all should grab yourself a drink too. We'll be back in 60 seconds for more. So here we go. Attempt 2 of 3. Aaron Edwards with control. Ryan Lindemann in second. Tommy Withers in third. Gavin Gardner, the rookie, in fourth. Chris Fleming rounds out the top 5. Colin McDonough rounds out the top 10. Kyle Martin in 11th. There's Jeremy Brio in 12th. Briley Wright, as the green flag comes out, nowhere to be found. Aaron Edwards runs away with this restart with Lindo close in tow. Here comes Withers with a big push from Gardner and a big block from Edwards. How far do they make it this time? Oh, look at who's darting to the outside of the 07 of Colin. Not Colin McDonough. Connor Knowlton, excuse me. Look at him shake. There goes the 6 of Withers to the outside. Chris Fleming to the inside. If they make it to the start-finish line, it's a race from there. Keep in mind, Chris Fleming has won 2 TNT races, plate races in a row, just by staying out front. Keep your eyes on this. Fleming will make it to the line, and it's a race no matter what. Gardner behind Fleming. Nick Pressey on the outside, and how about Colin McDonough in the 39? Connor Knowlton will push the issue, and they've crashed behind them. Pieces flying off of car 39. And the rear bumper magically reappearing now on car 39. Nick Pressey just ahead of the 15 of Aaron Edwards. Chris Fleming needs a big push. Matt Seeger third in line on the inside. Watch this. Look at this. Connor Knowlton on the inside in the 07 with a big shove from the 20 of Martin. They got to get back up there. Look at him use the apron. Will they wreck Pressey? Huge bump to the 94. He gets him loose. Out of turn number 4, they're wrecking behind them. Pressey gets turned. Connor Knowlton out front. He will drag race with Gavin Gardner out of turn number 4. To the line. Gavin Gardner will win it at Michigan. Connor Knowlton in second. Kevin Feemster in third. And unofficially, second place decided by 3/1000ths of a second. Kevin Feemster. You see it's out of order there. We fixed that? Anyway, there it is. 3/1000ths of a second between Connor Knowlton and Kevin Feemster. Gavin Gardner, winner at Michigan in a ridiculous last lap clash. And the NOS damaged, bruised, scratched, but nevertheless, a winner. We'll check out this white flag lap in just a moment. Can he do some donuts in this? He's going to try, but the 07 of Connor Knowlton behind him. So we're going to let them do their thing. We're going to gather our podium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. On the podium with our top three. Let's start with our unofficial third place finisher, one Connor Knowlton in the 07. Connor, kind of an interesting finish there. You really gave it to Nick Pressey at the end, coming through the corners, and then you managed to end up coming home with the with third by what we figured out was tied to the 1,000th of the second.
Yeah. Well, we were having a good race there. We were up front with Curl Burton, and then we were bump drafting a little too hard there and blew the front end right off my hot rod, and I had to spend a minute and a half fixing it. And then we were at the back half of the field, a little too far back to kind of make things happen. We got a couple cautions, packed us back up, and on that restart there, I just fired it low, and there were some holes that opened. I threw it to the top. Nothing doing. Came back to the bottom, and next thing you know, the seas parted. I was behind Pressey, and I was squaring him up. I had my two lefts in the grass, trying to keep as low as I could, and I didn't square him up right. Kind of knocked him out of the way, and feel bad about it. But I didn't win. I didn't feel like I deserved it. So it was a hell of a race when we were green, though. It was a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. Kind of things got real wide there at the end.
Gonna see you next week at Road Atlanta?
Maybe.
All right, hopefully we see you there. One guy I know we're going to see there in the 17, Kevin Feemster. Feem, when the practice session opened, you were the first one in there. Did you think that a podium was going to be possible with how much of a mess this was going to be?
No, not at all. The heck, we got one, so.
Hey,
whatever.
No, that's a podium. That's a leg up at Road Atlanta. This was an absolute mess, and next week is going to be a lot more spread out as well. We going to see you there?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Let's talk to our race winner. This guy, first ARCS race, first Rick James TV race, and it's a win. Kevin Gardner, welcome to the top step of the podium. Where the hell did that come from?
You know what? I have no idea. It was quite the race. Under one of the yellows, I was sitting fourth, and my microphone got disconnected, like the tooth blue got disconnected. So I got up into Connor, spun him around. That was a welcome to the league type of moment for sure. But yeah, no, that final 2 laps was crazy. When I got up in a second with 2 to go, I fell back to like 8th or something. I was like, yeah, no, we're out of it. And then Martin definitely helped us out. And then I don't know, just the speed off of 4 definitely helped. And yeah, pretty good track record so far. So we'll see what we can do.
Now you got to go for 2 wins in a row next week at Road Atlanta. What do you say?
We'll see if we can make it happen.
We'll see if you can make it happen, buddy. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Fans at home, that puts round 1 of the 5th Mazda Monday campaign in the books. What more is there to say? That kind of wraps it up. That's the whole show right there. So we're going to go ahead and take our toys home. We're going to rest up, and we're going to be back in a week's time. 2026 kicked off with a bang, to say the least. Not good by any stretch of the imagination was that. I would consider great. But, hey, we're here. 2026 is underway. And race 1 of Mazda Mondays is in the book. So next week, it's going to be much more civilized action at Road Atlanta. And then it's back to the chaos in 2 weeks at Concord. Thanks all for tuning in your time, though. I really appreciate it. Until that next race, everybody stay safe,